now we're going to go in and we're going to start coloring our picture. So we have what our printed out picture is right here. So we know thereabouts the colors, but now we have to get started mixing the colors, because what we see is not always what we're going to get. So to get the colors that we see, we have to do something that's called color swatching. So when you're color swatching, it is always better if you have a piece of paper that is the same material that you're going to be drawing on. It just makes everything so much better, because if I was going to do colors on this piece of paper, which doesn't have the same texture as this piece of paper, when I lay down my colors, it's not going to be the same type of color, because different papers have different types of bleed, which leads to different colors coming out of the same thing, basically. So now what we're going to do, we are going to start trying to figure out how to get the colors that we see. Okay, remember when we're applying the colors, it's the same thing as when we are drawing. We are going to be looking and drawing, looking and drawing, looking and drawing. So we're going to start with the pear first. And when you are blending colors, it's always better to start out with your lightest color and slowly add darker colors on top of it. And since I have already numbered and labeled and outlined all my shadows that you can probably see here, I know exactly where my colors are going to go, so that takes out a lot of my guessing work. And when I'm applying my colors, I always do so lightly at first, because we need to blend, so we don't want to go really hard right out of the gate. So you can see how I blended this out. And you've also noticed that everything isn't just one color. I mixed plenty of colors into this pear. Here, I'll go over it with you. So here I have my main colors, because green is the color of the pear. So I have various shades of green, which I went over and rubbed on my piece of paper before, and these three colors matched these colors the most. So that's why I chose these three. Then I have yellow, because here in the highlight zone, none of this is a zero, like a pure white color. They're all pretty yellow in the highlights. So I had to use the yellow, which was going to blend with these colors to get me as close to this color as I possibly could get. So it's more of like a bright yellow green color. And then down here in the midtones and the shadows, I blended in blue and purple, because when you are going for shadows for a certain color, you want to try to use complementary colors to create that shadowed zone. You can see that these shadows here are very cool. They're more in like the blue, green, purple family. And I know purple was definitely going to be in here because of the color of the surrounding area. And we have this bounce light here where we can get a lot of this like red brown color, which really brings it in and ties it all together. Now I'm probably going to go back in and maybe make the shadows a little bit darker later, but that'll just come later, because right now what I have I like, and I'm going to maybe put some brown or some reds in here to just really darken that up. And you can see it's getting darker, because when we do complementary colors and we blend complementary colors together, it gives us those nice dark hued value tones. So the complementary color of green is red. So red here is going to make us a nice dark shadow. So now we're done with the pear, and we're going to go into the rest of it.